On one sideline, we've got to look at the head coach of the visiting Raiders. His guy's one of the top contenders in the conference. Just one loss through 8 games this year. On the opposing sideline, that's the Saints head coach. His guy's mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. This is Chase McLaughlin on to handle the opening kick. And we're off and running from New Orleans. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with a loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Saints first down.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that, it gets the ball rolling.
Young on the play action. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready?
Give now to the running back. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
He was taken down.
And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Back-to-back carries here. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down. These last 2 snaps, oof, they have forced this drive to what might be its last play here, Brock, and we can confidently say there's not going to be another run here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I think it's time to let the passing game get going and really trust your quarterback here.
He's got it inside the 25. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard
Here we go,
line.
set. Red 10 black. Ready?
From the red zone now. And he's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Nico Collins with a touchdown. Pressure off left, and it's blocked.
That's going to take away a touch of that early momentum they built with the opening drive touchdown. And just as importantly here, blocking that extra point should give the offense a little boost as they come out for their first possession, looking to match touchdown for touchdown.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Hoping to help spring him for a bigger return, but he got caught, and it lessens the return instead.
Still first down.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Some questions already after a disappointing kick return, and the penalty only serves to worsen their starting field position.
Still first down.
Let's go. Set.
They're throwing it. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Las Vegas first down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Las
Pass
Vegas
play on 1st and 10. Completes another one to Thomas. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week.
at their 49-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Ready.
Back now, pressure coming. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
That's complete. Here's Thornton. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. We've set it down from 37.
first and 10 at the 37.
Throwing it again here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Second down.
10 cycles. Cut.
And first carry here for Ashton Genty. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
On third down, Genty. Down to the 10. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders find an answer with their opening drive. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Raiders literally won up that opening touchdown drive, huh? As they take a 7-6 lead here.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they sure looked clean throwing that football in the last drive, didn't they? That's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up Mo, while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. On play action, here's Young. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Young. Finds his fullback. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go.
1st down, Young escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. And going play action, Young looking to his fullback now. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. 15 there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on third down.
Okay, right?
5.
Ready. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. Looking for somewhere to throw. This one's caught. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's fourth down.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Raiders and Brian Thomas Jr. ready for another drive on offense. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in second place. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll throw to begin this drive. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's
Looking for a pass on second and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Trying to work quickly now.
It's a gain of 18. And the Raider
Working on first down. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. Working quickly here.
a gain of 23 more yards. That's another.
He's going to throw it again.
First down.
That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. We're to the end of one. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Straight ahead with Genty. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
From the red zone on first. He rolls to his right. And he sails that one over the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it second and goal.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get. Out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders jump in front now by 5.
14. Saints 9. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. The Saints come marching onto the field. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well.
Check.
To the air on first down. Young. Short pass brought in. And this is going to be contained at the 25-yard line. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And he's for a short gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's going for it himself. And Young with a smart move here on the slide as he picks up the first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he set out. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. Young to throw it. Oh, check this one down. Complete to the fullback. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Ready, go!
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
False start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. The jumpiness backs him up. Now 6 to go on 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion.
Yellow, 22. Ready.
They'll run here, following the penalty. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Down he goes. Raiders got it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
There he goes, right sideline. He does it, touchdown. The Raiders hold an 11-point advantage. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the playground back in the day, right? You're playing tag, and you just can't get to that guy. He's just making you miss. Whether it is, I don't know, Devin Hester, Dante Hall, the human joystick, or Cordero Patterson, those elite guys, you just can't bring them down.
And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there. Netted some positive yards.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback.
And they get to him again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. Picked up at the 38. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we work our way through this regular season, you can see he's currently sitting in the top 5 of the league in passing. This one finds Thornton. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
45. White.
A gain of 11 on the play.
White.
First down, Las Vegas.
Back to throw now. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And this one does not go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the Saints' 32-yard line.
52 blue.
Dropping back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
It's complete. This is Bowers. And they're going to be set up, Brock, with 1st and goal on the other side of the 2-minute warning. So just 1:57 now remaining, Brock, in quarter number 2. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready. Pause red. 60 red. Ready?
From the red zone now. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Raiders go up by 19.
Saints 9. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it.
Set. Ready. Set.
It's Young to throw here on 1st. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Young working from the gun. Look at that power, deep left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go. Set. Red. 38. Set.
Now it's Young. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
To the air on 3rd and long. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints chop some of the lead off before the half. They'll set up here for the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing a kicker. Defense.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Ready?
First play is going to be a give to Jency. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Come on, set. Right, blue, 32.
They'll throw it here on first. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
45, white, green jack.
Back to throw. Brought in. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided first half. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Raiders go up by 19.
Saints 16. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. Jukes away from 1. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Saints and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And with field position and the clock against him here, probably not going to see anything of substance.
Yellow, one.
Yep, as expected. They go to the ground to start this one off. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Now ahead of 3rd down. We get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout.
Down.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they want. It's going to be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. All right, so they're only going to have enough time for 1 more snap here before we reach halftime.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
One last play before the break.
Let's go. Yellow, 40, red, yellow. Six, mega. Cut.
We're looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. We're going to have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the 3rd quarter. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And We're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL.
Here we go. Ready.
On first down, Jeanty has some daylight through the 40. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Let's go now. Set. Huh?
First down, and they go right back to him. He dodged the tackle. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range.
This offense is sending a message, winning the battle up front on consecutive snaps. There's got to be some urgency here defensively. You just can't keep getting walked backward this easily.
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's a gain of 3.
Gonna throw this from the gun. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Ready. Cut. Cut.
Complete left side to Thomas. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of time. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
45. White. Set.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Shotgun give here to Jeanty. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Jeanty, the ball carrier. Receive Riley on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Snap. Come on. Set. 50. Green.
Pass play now. On the move, hit it right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Red. 38. Set.
3rd and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this stays a 19-point game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Set. Set.
There's a dive up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for. There, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Set, go. Yellow.
Out of the gun, Young. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. It's the 5th time they've gotten their first sack of this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down.
Down. 33, yellow.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And he has this down to the 34. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17. One of the tight ends motioning left.
22. Ready?
Setting him on the dive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Check twice.
They give it to him again. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Former number 1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He puts some air under this one, right side. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Black swap.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this.
Yellow. Line.
4th down, Young throwing. He's going to run for it. And Young with a smart move here on the slide as he picks up the first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Buys time, rolling right.
The positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Set. Ready, go. 52.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Attacking the screen. Look at this defense getting him down behind the line.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Blue check.
Here's Young to throw. Forced out to his right.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Picked up and on the move now inside the 20. Has a hole left, room to run. 40. Hits the 20. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach pay dirt. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again.
42, Saints 16. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He'll take this at the 10. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. They had their field goal blocked last time out, so 3 points poorer on the scoreboard than they expected to be right here. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. To the air on 1st down. Young has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Young looking to throw. And down he goes. Raiders got him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
10 black.
3rd and long. Young. Nice launch on that one, but it falls incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Raiders ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They're going to try and throw it here. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35. And he will get this inside the 30.
First down. A gain of 42 yards on the play. First down, Raiders.
They go play action on 1st down. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And, hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Let's go now.
Still sticking with the passing game. It's a screen play to Genty. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders keep running away with this. McLaughlin sacks on the extra point. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead.
Saints 16. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside. To 25. Here comes the Saints offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Blue, 32.
Young working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
Ready.
Drive play straight ahead. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Set, cut.
Looking to throw, Young. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play.
Ready.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. Third and long, they're going to throw. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're up against it here on fourth down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
That's completed right side. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Black swap.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture, and one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6.
Yeah.
I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
And how about this, Bronk? They gain 11 on second down. Nice work to claw some back. They make it 3rd and short.
Okay, ready?
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Hut. Ready.
Quick pass, right side, complete. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints making the scoreboard look a touch better. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints still trail by a lot. It's a 26-point differential. Reed now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone.
Ready.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Down.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go.
At the 26-yard line.
52 blue. Set.
He'll look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
17. 6. Mega. Rails. Yellow. Set.
He's dropping back to throw. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he's going to get this. To the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 43. White. White. Hut.
Sticking to the air here. Gets it quickly to Bowers. Into enemy territory and a yard at most from the 1st. That brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Come on. Set. Watch out. Ready.
Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Red. Cycle. 33. Hut.
They're going to try to throw for it. That's complete to Bowers outright. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on 4th, and they pick up the 1st down, too.
A gain of 14.
Ready,
And the Las Vegas first down.
Here we go, set, ready.
Genty from the gun. He's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Raiders ready to pick up their 8th win of the season.
Okay, ready?
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
They're going to pass it here. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Upping the pace here as the clock continues to run.
3 yards. That's another Raiders first
Oh,
down.
Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
Incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
40. Flag blue. Needle blue. Ready.
Again to throw on 2nd. Completed over the middle. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Las Vegas first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Genty. He can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They call pass on 2nd and goal. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Raiders continue piling it on here in the 4th. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Raiders continue adding on to that lead.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them.
Let's go now. Set.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Saints first down. New set of downs from the 37. It's Young, the throw here on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
A pickup there of 39. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 25.
Here's Young again. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 32.
Out of the gun, Young. Down to the 10. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Saints putting up points in a game decided. Nico Collins with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Saints still trail by a lot. It's a 26-point differential. Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. First call here coming from the shotgun. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Dumped off to his running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
Let's go now. 45.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.